Mic on.
Buenos dias, everybody. Sorry I'm a little bit late, just after market open here. Que pedo, que onda, que pasa, que tal? How are you guys doing this morning? I'm gonna have to bounce off here in about 2 minutes to feed my dog real quick. Just taking care of stuff around the house this morning, and we're gonna get right into the chart here. And man, this thing is just selling down to start the morning here. I'm gonna pull up Fintex really quick, or Fintel really quick. I had it pulled up just to see what was going on. Last night I noticed that short borrow fee rate rose to 15.6%. That's almost double what it was yesterday. We were floating around the 8% yesterday. However, short shares available have went up to 950,000, almost 1 million. So a little bit more there. I don't know if this has been updated. It says that it was. However, sitting at 32% for the short volume ratio here. I'd really like to see the Ortex numbers. Hopefully today we can get those numbers up on the screen. But seeing this go up, not too much of a big deal. It's not what we'd like to see. It just means that at this point, 23 minutes ago or an hour ago, whenever this was, that they somebody must have covered some of the shorts. So Citadel is not the only company that is shorting. Susquehanna is also shorting the position, and we can pull up the information here on institutional ownership, and I'll show you guys who, at least the information that I found for the calls and puts. So I've got this, it's in the link down below. I'm pretty sure I still have it up there, but you can scroll down here and you can see. So let's see if we can find Susquehanna here, because they've got a ton right here, 3.2 million shares, and this will give you both their calls and puts here. So here's their calls. I guess this is overall calls 1.39 and puts at 3.6 million. So a lot of puts there. And this is according to the date of, where's it at? 11/16/2020. This may not be current. I'm gonna pull this off just for a sec. I'm gonna leave you guys on the chart for just a moment, and I'll be right back.
Mic off. Mic on.
All right, looks like we found a low of $9.57. So not the greatest, but we're starting to get a little pull back up at 963. So it looks like this will be a battle of 1001 today. I was reading through a lot of DD posts yesterday, a lot of shit posts on Reddit, and a lot of people were saying battle of 1001. But this morning, let's do a recap real quick of where we stood in the pre-market this morning, and man, that looks nasty right there. But currently, look where we're at, in the oversold section here. So should start seeing a reversal very, very soon. I mean, this thing is massively, massively selling off here. Cheers with the breakfast coffee. I think we reached the high of like 1010 this morning. Let's see where it's at, 1019. So unfortunately, it looks like we went up to retest. I don't really take too much into the after hours pre-market. However, if I was looking at this on a longer term chart, the fact that we didn't come up to test this 1023, we got rejected before we ever hit there, would show that there would be a quick sell shortly thereafter. At least in my technical experience, I think that that's typically what would happen here. You'd see a sell, but you'd see it rise back up, and then as more people realize it's a buy, like they did down here, they start to drive the price back up. And I think we'll see that today. I think we'll see more people stepping in. I mean, we're just remaining oversold here. Let's see if there's any news. don't see anything. So I'm just sending a text here. So um so Dogecoin is really flying right now. My girlfriend's had it in. We've had it since 2018. I had about 99,000 Dogecoins in the brokerage account, and I sold them back in 2018. And so I did some quick math last night, and I would have had quite a bit of money. And now it. So she sold her position yesterday. I think she had like 40 bucks into it back from 2018, and then she ended up making like $330 profit or something. So quite a bit of a profit there, and then it was just steadily falling um, last night. And I told her, I was like, look, it could pull back up tomorrow, but it's really volatile. That's why I don't really mess with crypto. And a buddy just texted me. He's like, hope you had some Dogecoin, and sure enough, no, man. I got off that train a long time ago. I would have made nice, on a $600 investment. I would have made a nice like $33,000, and at this point, it would be in like 43,000. So yeah, would have been quite a bit. I mean, yeah, for every penny it goes up, that's almost another $1,000 I would have had. So, uh, it is what it is. Looking at the other positions in the portfolio this morning, not a lot of good stuff going on. Harley up 46 cents. AT&T up 19 cents. Everything else is down today. Currently down 17 cents from close of yesterday on AMC. But you see, we're still in the oversold territory, or we were. We're just pulling out of it now. So I'm expecting to see a bit of a rise here. We'll start consolidating at some point. Hopefully, we can get back up above this level at 990 here. Let me zoom back out, see where we stood. Yeah, that 990 range, we just kind of traded alongside of that. Starting at the close yesterday, and then all through after hours last night for most part, pretty much the entire time. And then pre-market, we shot up quite a bit. Um, not too much, but did have some good action there. And then to start the day, just massive sell-off this morning. So don't know if that was just people taking profits or shorts. We know that today options change in today, so to go for these hedges is to try to drive that price down by any means necessary, so that these options don't cover in the money. And that $10 range, 10.01, will be the range. So I think what we're gonna do today, as a matter of fact, I had seen a post last night from Joshua James on Reddit, and it had showed something about it's not the one I want. Is this the one I want? Where is it at? I always close it out. I don't know why. Why do I always do that? Is it this one? No, it's not this one. However, let me just refresh this really quickly and see if there's anything new going on here. I doubt there will be. Updated 4 minutes ago. Nothing's changed. 950,000, 15.61. So super expensive for them to short right now. Man, I hate that I do that. Got to open the window back up really quick. All right. So we're back on. That should be good. That should be good. All right. I honestly don't even want to know. I'm going to take a quick look at Doge to see where it's at. Up to 44 cents. So, whew, and climbing. I mean, it's crazy. I sold out 2018 on September 10th. 99,260 Dogecoins at a dollar cost average of 0.0068. So, and I had it. Where's the photo I took yesterday? It won't even tell me how much I bought for right here. I don't want to go all through the history again. But let's say, yeah, I would have quite a bit of cash right now. Probably about 50 grand right now if I would have kept that. But, you know, holding on to it for that long in that, like, it just traded flat and went up and down for a very, very long time. That was like, shoot, what, 2018? It'll be almost 3 years. So, good for all the people who are still in Doge and have been holding since that time, since back when it was, you know, a quarter of a penny. That's when I got in at 0.0023. So good for everybody there. Right now we're on the AMC squeeze right now. For me, mostly what I saw with Doge was pump and dump stuff, and I just kind of wasn't really in it for that. Like at the time, like $600 was a lot to me. So, coming up to test this level of resistance right now at 976. We'll see if we break it. That's 9 3/4. Again, getting rejected there for like the third time. So we'll see if we start to pump back down or if we can get this little push up. We're doing pretty good in our position still. Still currently up about $342 average price at 877, and we're long 350 here. But I had heard something this morning or last night. It was a Reddit post where Joshua James stated that they already had massive sell walls up. Two of them. I can't remember the price, the numbers, the dollar numbers. Well, I can't remember any of the numbers to tell you the truth. It was like right before I went to sleep. So we'll see if we can find out here this morning. AMC stock, all lowercase, all one word, Reddit. Hey, Rox, you hear the thunder? Come on, babe. Got some bad weather again today for like the third day in a row, and my dog, she goes crazy when she hears the thunder, so she gets anxiety. Ooh, very nice. All right, so I found some Ortex info. Don't know how real this is, so Let's pull this up on the screen here. This is from Mountain Girl with a Y. Uh, I don't know. This was posted 1 hour ago. This says Ortex 35 minutes. I mean, I don't know when this was posted, from Ortex or where they got this from. AMC short interest update: as AMC reaches $10 again, short sellers lose over 50 million on the day. So I don't know if this is from yesterday or what. New record short interest. Estimated short interest now at 22.18%. 99% utilization and 143 million shares on loan. So we went up. We were at 138 2 days ago, and utilization rate was at like 96. So steadily going up. So someone's posting all the companies who are shorting AMC alongside of Citadel. Nomura, we've seen them before. Susquehanna, probably one of the bigger ones alongside of Citadel. So, Battle 1001. I keep seeing all this stuff. Battle 1001. I'm like 1001. We're already almost at 10. I think the battle should be at 1101. But now I see that, yeah, it's gonna be a fight here to close this thing above 1001. Yep, I'm an 801 or 2. I got in before the 801 stuff. I think I was. So here's a little story. I was at Disney World. My first time going to Disney World. We're in the Star Wars area. I can't remember what that area is called back there. And what do we rode like Rise of the Resistance or something. And we're waiting in line, and I'm watching, man, and this thing's going crazy. And we pushed up and broke that 801, and I'm in line going nuts. Now the only guy in line probably watching AMC stocks on his phone at Disney World. New all-time short interest plus 99%. Utilization on AMC plus short sellers losing 50 million. What a way to start a morning. Twist the knife, apes go loud. So that's if this info is accurate. I always just take this stuff lightly. I just see it, keep it in the back of my head, and this is people posting, so you never can really know what is real. 32% short volume, yeah, we saw already. 100% utilization, no more shares available to short. Yeah, well, somehow they got another million shares. So this was 6 hours ago. So my Doge for AMC, yeah. I try not to even think about it. So my girlfriend, she was like, telling me to look at the charts for Doge, and it's very volatile. Crypto is. Again, that's why I don't really trade with it. And I think my thought back then was like, yeah, I'm just gonna put some money into it and leave it alone. And I wish I would have, but I don't get FOMO for stuff like that. You can't get FOMO. That's what I was telling her this morning. I'm explaining what FOMO is, and she had me sell her positions last night for like 28 cents, right? So she bought back in the old days when I did back in 2018, and she made a little bit. She had like $40. She made 340 on it, 330 on it, so she made quite a bit. And she's like, oh man, it's up to 43 cents now, because we saw it just crashing down yesterday. And I'm like, look, you can't get FOMO. You've got to take your profits, and you got to be happy with that. You can't get fear of missing out. So for me, like, yeah, looking at Doge this morning and looking at what I had in my account before, yeah, would have been 50 grand, but whatever. I'm kind of interested in this because we are holding a position in another brokerage account on SNDL. Let's see if I can zoom in right there. Hedge fund. I don't know what it's talking about, but it's saying I never knew Motley Fool was a hedge fund. So, it doesn't surprise me. That's what I keep saying. What I keep saying, that you can't listen to these hit pieces that they have out on the market, because that's all they are. They drive the price up and down. Yeah, stalled out. Looks like we did, slightly break above that 976. You can see that was our range here, but we just pulled back every time that we did so. The good news is, according to the RSI, like we're sitting very, very bottom back here, or very low on the RSI. Just above 30. We're currently at like 35. So we have some room. We pull back. We're consolidating now, so this is not too bad. It's not going to stay oversold for too long. Besides, they're not going to have that many positions that they can sell short today. So just taking a quick look at the other positions in the portfolio here to see what's going on. Not much. I mean, AMTX down again. Um, maybe we'll never make that money that we thought. But that's all right. I will hold things for a long time. Dogecoin is one of those things. Like I got in, I made pretty good. I made substantial money on it for at least the $600 that I was in there. I mean, I did make quite a bit. Each time that I bought and sold it. But that was early back. When I first started trading and crypto. I mean, dude, if you know about crypto, crypto is super volatile. So I just got out of it. It was too much for me. It's too stressful. And I didn't really like that. So trying to get all my screens in order over here on the left. Let's do that. There we go. That'll work for now. Yeah, super volatile for me, and for a new trader that's new in investing, and most of the stuff I was doing was long-term dividend stuff. Just starting to work on like day trades and scalps, and yeah, the price swings for Dogecoin, and for me, $600 was a lot back then. I mean, my account was like a $1,500 account, so when you got like half your portfolio that's massively swinging, I took my profits and I got out. Today would be worth about 50 grand right now, pretty close. Is what it is. Had a buddy who was trading Dogecoin for a while too. For me, yeah. Sorry, I got one of my other coworkers here is just that's all right. With what AMC is doing, uh, I'm thinking like, who cares about Dogecoin? Yeah, so I could have made 50 grand, but I'd rather be in AMC. Yeah, I mean, shit, that was three years. I would have had to wait for Dogecoin to finally get up to like where it's at now. And there was just so much there. I mean, you have massive wells there. They're constantly producing more. Like, I don't think there's a cap on Dogecoin. They can just constantly mine it, and just dilute the price. Like it, I don't know. For me, just what didn't seem like a good investment at the time. I do like Doge. I like the memes. I like everything it stands for. But as part of investing, especially back then when that was half of my portfolio size, nah, that's why I got out. Today it would be a different story. Today I'm a little bit better off, and You know, to have $500 or $600 into something that I can just leave there and forget about for a couple years, that's no big deal. But it is what it is. No doji for me. No payday right now. And then at what point would I have looked and said, "Oh man, you know, I'm gonna sell"? And this, I think that's the thing, is like knowing the strategy, right? Know your entry point, know your exit point. I think at that point I wouldn't have known my exit point. Where back then my exit point was to make scalps and day trades and to start learning that process. And that's, you know, I made money on that, and then I got out. And then if I was gonna hold it for however long, I mean, I guess $1 would $1 be the price there. Say like, all right, man, I'm cashing out whenever this thing hits $1. If it never does, it never does. But when you see that you got 50 grand built up on a $500 investment, at that point, would you be like, maybe I'm gonna cash out? Yeah, especially after it had been 3 years, and Dogecoin has had some massive swings. At some point, you know, I might have been tempted to pull out. So, I don't really worry about it too much. No doji, no problems. Let's see. Nothing really happening here. Harley doing okay, up 20 cents. When you see that thing get up there, so we can close out Harley and enter a new position, or a more position into to AMC here. Don't see really too much going on right now. Seems like we're just consolidating. We got a long day ahead of us. I kind of want to see where we're at. You know, we're a little bit below close of yesterday, just about a quarter. Where did we close at? Was it 990? Looks like we closed at, yeah, 990 yesterday, so whew, that was nice. No big deal. This is typically what they do right now. They're going to try to use as many shorts as they can to drive the price down, to scare people into selling off here. And, you know, they're going to have to cover those positions that they're shorting now. So I want to pull up, let's see if Fintel has updated with any new information here. Still all the same old stuff. I'll pull it up just for whoever hasn't seen. 30% utilization rate there, or short volume ratio. Short sellers available, 950,000, just under a million, and then 15.61% is the short borrow fee rate. So nothing has really changed since we got on this morning. We'll see. We'll see. It looks like they might have covered some of their positions. I think we were down to 25,000, maybe 50,000. I can't remember what it was last night whenever I'd last checked. Either way, we're still under a million, and at some point, I mean, whatever. If Vortex is saying that they're going up now with you know, utilization rate being at 99%, like 140 something million shares now being shorted. Matter of fact, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull up. Where's the page? See, I'll just pull this up here. Try to see if I can keep this out of the way. So we can see the screen. Alright, so this is from Matt Kors, posted 1 hour ago by Don't Feed Phil. Why, Phil? Why? Short interest 22.18%, another record. Utilization rate 98.98%, almost max value. Shares on loan 144.98 million, another record. So still setting records here according to Ortex. This is via Matt Kors, posted by Don't Feed Phil 1 hour ago. So, I mean, I don't know. I'd actually like to really see this and see when it's from. I just don't want to pay for Ortex, and I don't want to do the free trial yet. Look, what up, Goku? That's pretty cool. Yeah, we're just starting to consolidate down there. We saw that little post there, AMC, as it reaches $10 again, that short sellers are gonna, you know, they lost over $50 million. So Saw this again yesterday. Looks like 10:01 is the for right now. See, I was thinking 11:01 would be the battle today, but they they got a little more shorts. Again, another Ortex update. Same thing. I don't know where they're getting the information from though. Yeah, so all these guys. I mean, Jim Cramer, he used to be a hedge fund manager, right? Then he have his own hedge fund. You can't trust any of the stuff that the media is putting out there. They are one and the same, the media and the hedge funds. So, all right, Doji. So over 60,000 call options expire in the money today if we close over $10, and if we close at $10.01. So it's 18 hours ago, 99% utilization rate. So I actually like to see this a little bit larger here. Oh, it's gonna be one of these. All right, so last shortable shares at when it was at, this is from like yesterday. So fee rate 15.5%, utilization rate at 99,000%. Looks like they only had 38,000 shares left to short, and the dollar, you know, the price of the position was 984. So almost maxed out here. You can see the comparison with GME. AMC looking real prime for a squeeze, but you know the way to get there, we got to buy it and hold, buy it and hold. Just trying to keep this off to the side here. Not too much going on in the active trader today. I'm gonna close that out. Here we go. There, now I can look at both. So let's see if we can find any more good Reddit posts here. This is what I was looking for right here. So this is posted 1 hour ago by PNWB360, April 16th, 21, AMC, Ortex short data, getting close to 100% utilization rate. Oh, why did I just do that? Not what I'm clicking on over here. So I'm going to pull this up a little bit bigger so we can see, we start to see a little bit of green here. But again, I mean, that 975, that 9 3/4 range is where we were getting stalled out. So we got to really see us push past that to hold that as a level of support. All right, so let's see here. Exchange reported short interest 73.82 million. Estimated short interest percentage of free float 22%. Free float on loan 32. Shares on loan 144.98 million. Up 11.5 million over the last 7 days from when that was. Days to cover is going up. And I'm not quite sure if days to cover going up is better or if it's going down it's better. I think if it goes up it's better, but I could be wrong. Cost to borrow 4.88. Man, I really hope I don't get electrocuted live on the stream. I heard some thunder outside, and I've got my audio jack plugged in. I might have to go wireless and see if that works. At least that way, you know, like I'm not connected to the computer if we get a surge. Utilization rate, here we go, 98.98% utilized. up. You can see the short interest here. All the numbers looking good. That means jump jump. What does that mean? No shares to borrow, very low amount of shares they can short, little to none at all to short. Wouldn't it jump at 98%? It's a good opinion. So not a lot there. Thing is, we need to have buyers step in. No buyers, we don't drive it up. I was just explaining. So I got one of my coworkers in on AMC a while back, and he just texted me talking about Doe's, and then he was, I said, well, I'm all in on AMC, and he said, yeah, I'm just still holding on. Yeah, here's this image with Susquehanna with their 2 times as large as Citadel in value. Here's their puts and calls. 3.6, 1.3, 1.7, and 1 there. He says he's going to put some more money in AMC. Let's see. Back that out. All right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull us back up to the chart here. Looks like we're trying to make another stab at it, and we did get a close above that 9 3/4 range. So we'll see, but not looking too good up here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to change out my, I'm going to get rid of this cord and plug in the USB here. So see if the audio is still going to work here in just a moment. Let me pull up my my OSB here so I can just see what's happening with the mic as of now. Mic audio there. All right, I'll be right back.
Mic on. Charging battery.
Well, I think that the USB dongle that I have here is either no good or something's going on. I might have to just update the firmware on the headset. Just flash it real quick at some point. I'll do that later this afternoon. I've had some issues with this headset. I really like it. It's got really good sound. The microphone quality is very good as well. It's the Corsair Virtuoso RGB edition here. Super nice. Came with like, I mean, the cables that it comes with are really, really nice braided cables. It's got aluminum billet on the USB stuff. I mean, I don't know if you guys would be able to see this here. Yeah, really tough to see, but around the top up there is a like really nice like milled out aluminum, and it's got that on everything that it has. The audio plug, the USB Type C, and then the USB dongle here for wireless. However, I've had issues where it worked fine, and then for some reason at some point it just it would kept saying that my battery was low, but it would say that for hours. So every, like, 5 minutes it pops in battery low, and I'm like, man, I gotta plug it in, but I just plugged it in all night, and I don't know. Here recently, I've just been leaving it plugged in. Trying to think how old this is now. I want to say like 2 years now. I think I had this year before last at Christmas. I don't remember. Yeah, probably about 2 years now, or maybe this is the second year. Shoot, maybe it's not even 2 years. Probably should have tried to return it at Best Buy, but I thought maybe something else. I don't know. I mean, it works fine, other than right now. Recently, I've just had these issues with it needing to be plugged in. So it's not too bad, but in a lightning storm or thunder, just lightning's out there. I don't want to get electrocuted live on stream. If I do get this video to 1 million views, if I get electrocuted, be like my last dying wish. Just get this thing up. So. Yeah, we are kind of just trading a little flat here. I think more than likely the real battle is going to come in the afternoon. A lot of people are primed to start buying in later on in the afternoon. 950 would have been a good range to gobble up some more shares. And right now it's looking at this range at 960-ish is potentially a good buy. For the time being, we all know that can change very quickly. This thing could get back into oversold here very quick, and it could just keep selling down. But depends. I mean, if they have no more shares to short, that's going to be the deciding factor. So how many buyers we have stepping in. I kept seeing this article here, but I didn't see anything really into it. I'll put it up here and see if it actually says anything, and yeah, it really doesn't. It just says AMC under attack from short sellers again. CEO says. Seen that too many times. Here we go. So this is one of the posts I saw last night, 13 hours ago, from Joshua James, his tweet. Market hasn't even opened yet, and short sellers have sell walls of 14K and 17K already set up at $9.99 and $10. So very interesting. I actually kind of want to go back and take a look at Witching Day, quadruple Witching Day. I'll pull up this on another page here. I'm actually kind of interested to see some things here. So I think the last quadruple Witching Day was in December, right? So let's take a look at the 180 here. So it should be in the month of December. I think it was like December. What day was it? Shoot, I can't remember now. 14th, 15th. Dude, I really don't remember. 18th maybe. So what I want to look at is this whole range here, starting with the month of December all the way through to where we hit this first squeeze here. And I want to say that it was around this range. Maybe this was the day here, the 21st of December. Is that why this red line could be there? December 18th? Sounds more like it. So, as you can see, it's oversold here according to the RSI here. This is back all the way in December of 2020. Hitting around that quadruple Witching Day. And you can see after that, man, I just really wish I knew the day. I can't remember what day it was. That's really high. I need to get this perspective here. It actually kept trading lower. So let's just say December 18th is that day. It just kept trading lower and lower. Right around this day, it's like at $2.94, $3, right? Really just kind of trades the same way all the way up through December 31st there. Hits a low of $1.91. And then you can see here when the volume starts to pick up and the buying pressure starts to step in here. But it kept getting sold off. I don't know for sure this is the day. I'm going to have to look it up and do some research. But if this is the day, that's the 18th here. You see it hit its low on the 5th of January. That's for this 180 time frame. So, you're looking at what, 13 and 5. You're looking at like 18 days, almost probably 3 weeks there. And all right, so 3 weeks before it really starts to come back, it just trades down. Traded down before it, and then just kind of kept trading down for that 3 week range before you see the volume. And even then, it takes another what 3 weeks here. This is the 19th, so another 2 weeks before you start to really see some movement step into it. So it's about 6 week process. Now, if we go back, when was our quadruple witching day? Was it like March 16th? Let me look it up. I'm gonna have to find it. March 19th. I want to find the one in December, and what I really want to do, the what I'm trying to get at is I'm trying to compare how much time it took from quadruple witching to happen and before the squeeze, right? I know it took some time, and so we can look back historically at AMC and see from the time that it happened in December to the squeeze in late January, how many weeks that was, and then go from where we ended at March 16th. So let's see. See if it tells me the date here. It says December, but it doesn't tell me the date. December 18th. March 19th. All right, we're going to call it December 18th and March 19th, just for the purpose of this. I mean, it's going to take me a little bit longer to try to find it. I'm still looking here because once I can't find something. March 19th. So we're going to go with March 19th and December 18th. So, which is what we thought, right? So we counted that already. December 18th until we saw any movement here. This is December 18th right here. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 trading days before it hits the low, and then shortly thereafter, it trades up a little bit slightly. Where do we start seeing some actual price movement here? We're seeing a little bit. We don't really start seeing any kind of jump until we get in here. So it's about 18 trading days. So if we go back here to March 19th, that's really what I'm going to look for here. You can see here's March 19th. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So we're 19 days, trading days out from quadruple witching hour, quadruple witching day, whatever you want to call it. Just one more time. Just want to count that up one more time here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Around the same time when it starts to get a good rise, and even then it's still, from its low point. After it happened, it traded down until it hit its low about halfway through. Then it continued upwards a little bit more and more, but even then, at this point, we're only at 236 here, 213, so it's not like it traded up that much. Over here, 323, it's not, now it's a whole dollar more, so now we're getting into it. So it took over, 18, 19 days. Yeah, that's roughly 18 days. I want to imagine every bar in here is 18 days. So it was about 23 trading days before we really saw any huge climb. So now going back to March 19th here. Let's see if this is 18 days. $19 days. We're on the 19th day, and it was about 23 days before we saw a significant climb. We did see a nice little pop up here, so this, could have been something that had happened already. However, they shorted. But just comparing the last time we had the quadruple witching, it took, all the way we're at now. It was 18, 19 before we started seeing a bump, and it was 23. It would be over here, so it would be on April 22nd. And I've heard some stuff about April 20th being a big day. So, I mean, of course, it's a big day, but April 22nd, just after being an area where we could start to see a huge climb up here. We need to close this Friday here above 1001. I think that is a realistic goal for us to set. We're going to see what happens. I will be buying some more shares today, I believe. So we'll see what happens. See, I got a conference call today. I'm going to leave you guys on the screen just for a sec here. I'm going to make another cup of coffee and I'll be back.
Mic off. Mic on.
All right, we're back. Still getting rejected at that 9 3/4 level. But I did just want to kind of go back and take a look at how many days it took before we started the original squeeze back here from the quadruple witching, which was here. So you can see it's a large portion of time that it took here before we saw the big squeeze. And we may see that again. We had a lot of movement in here, whereas before we didn't have very much, but that was kind of the beginning of the Wall Street bet stuff. So there wasn't a lot of interest in AMC, and now that there is, there's a lot of just more momentum, more buying power in the position than ever. So it's probably why we're seeing more choppy action. I don't think this had anything to do with quadruple witching. I don't believe it probably had a little bit, but I think the effects are going to start seeing here. And that could be the time. What do they have, like 21 days to cover? I wonder if that's the time frame. So if that's the case, we're getting pretty close. We're on day 19, 2021. That's April 20th. That's the FTDs right there. I think that's the days that they have to cover those positions from March 19th. Is that the day here? March 19th. So we could see April 20th could be a day where, after that day, where we start to see this thing really start to climb up here. I think it's gonna be my prediction. I'm gonna set this thing up pretty high here. I'm gonna leave it right there and just see what happens here. We'll kind of start trading back in that 10 range. If we can break above 10 today, that'd be super awesome. And then, I mean, right after that, on the 20th, we start to see that push 1050 and higher. So I'm going to leave this trend line here, and we will figure out what's happening. Let me see where we're at on the time. Currently 48 minutes in, so I'm going to make this my prediction right now. I may adjust this as we go through the day and see where we close. This is on a 4-hour time frame, so we haven't even closed closed out yet. This actually could get moved a little bit more. I'm kind of just out here. I mean, it could get lower. Let's see if I add another one. See what happens if I pull it from here. I mean, that's more of an increase, but I think more likely it's probably a little bit flatter. And I'm just kind of pulling it from this angle here. Let me see. Activate. Trying to make sure that I get this thing on target here. I want to be as close to where we think as possible here. And this we won't know until probably close of the day today. I think it's going to be pretty close. We're going to see. I'm going to save that where it's at. I know nobody's watching at the moment, but here we are at 1 hour and 5 minutes in. I think I said 40 something. So 1 hour and 5 minutes in. At the 1 hour mark, I'll be going back to check this out and pulling this back up. Today is whatever today is, March the 16th. So yeah, April 16th. God, March 16th. I'm thinking about March 19th. So what we did was we just went back, counted up the days from December 19th here. There's the 19th when the last quadruple day ended. Quadruple witching hour, whatever you want to call it. You guys know what I'm talking about. Right here, this is when it ended, and then you see the time it took before the squeeze happened, and that was with very, very little interest in the position here. You know, we actually went down from that day. So going back to March 19th where it ended here, you can see we started to drop as well. Same thing here. Look here at the oversold on the RSI. Same thing here. And we're starting to see this push. We saw the exact same thing. We pushed up, and then we pulled back before we shot to the moon here. So we are looking very, very similar here. Oversold, we get that push up and then the pullback, and then boom, up to the moon. So I'm anticipating that that is potentially what we will see again. I mean, you see it again way back here. But now we have more interest. We have more apes holding. So that's my prediction. I'll just go over it again since it looks like a new viewer here. Welcome to the stream. What I'm doing is I'm going back to December 18th and looking at the quadruple witching and to see how many days it took before we actually hit a squeeze here, and look at the RSI, and this is where we were at here as well. So here's the last one we had, which was March 19th. The one before that was December 18th. So you can see here we actually traded down and hit the low on the 180. After that, it was about 18 days, and it took us all of like 21 days before we started to make that climb up. And so right now, the 21st day will be April 20th, somewhere in that range. Actually, that's quite a bit more. Trading days is what I'm counting here. So I'm counting trading days, not actual days. But so what I did was I've got this. I'm gonna adjust this accordingly to today where we end. We're on a 4-hour time frame here, so this trend line will get pulled in a different direction. But I just wanted to kind of show the comparison here on the RSI of where we were at. Here's the last one in December. Here's the one in April or March. And then you can see here we rose up, we had a nice pullback, and then we shot up and continued to shoot up. And I think that's kind of where we're at now. We're on this pullback right here. This is where we're at. So counting the days from when it started to really take off, it was about April 20th, this day right here. So we'll see where we close today. If we close at 10, if not, possibly Monday we'll get that bump up. We'll be at 10. And then on Tuesday, we start to see that rise into the 1030s and then into the upper 10 and 3/4 and continue that trend on up. That's my prediction. Got it marked at 1 hour and 5 minutes into the stream today. We'll see what happens next week, but that's just looking off of where we were at, where we currently stand, and what happens here. What happened here before. And this is before we had a lot of retail investors and apes stepping in and holding. This is kind of the start of the entirety here. So looking a little bit flatter than what we see in this range here. And where we're at, all the numbers, utilization rate up to like 99% right now, 145 million shares on loan. We're primed to blow way past this right now. That $25 is nothing right now compared to where I think we can blow up. So that's my prediction for next week. I usually like to do these weekly predictions to see kind of where we're at and see if we're kind of accurate on a trend line. This one's a little flatter here. I'll put that up as well, but we'll see what happens out of the two. Oh, sorry for the yawn. A little sleepy this morning. I've got a conference call coming up here very soon. Got to remember what time it is. Normally it's in the afternoon, early afternoon, but I also have some work that I have to do for my real job, so some point soon I may step off. Alright, so a little bit earlier this week than last week. Not by much. So I've got some time. However, I think that where we kind of trade at today is we probably trade pretty flat today. If I were to guess, we probably close at about I don't know, between 960 and 980. I don't know. we'll see. We'll see how many come strong for the with the army today. I anticipate that I will be buying some more shares today as well. So we'll see who all steps in here and pushes this thing up to try to drive it above this $10 range and close this thing above 10.01. Don't know if that's going to happen. They have been successful a time or two, and they have failed a time or two to push us below that $10.01 range or whatever it may be on whatever Friday we were looking at. Each Friday is different. They have been successful before, but at this point, they are running out of positions to short. There are almost no short shares available. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull Fintel up really quickly, see if anything's changed. We actually went down. I think we're at 950 this morning. And boom. All right, let's go. Short borrow fee rate has went up to 17% here. We were at, I think, 15.6%. This is updated just now. I'm going to make sure you guys can see this. I'm going to pull up quite large so you guys can see. I'm going to zoom in as best I can. There we go. Looks like that's pretty clear. That hasn't really changed much. It will change tomorrow. 850,000 short shares available according to Fintel. This was up about 100,000 shares this morning. It's up from last night for sure, about 800,000. So there's still more positions to short, but if we step in and buy up, everything they short, should be good for us. But the short borrow fee rate is up, man. This is massive. I don't even know if we saw this back when we hit $14. I want to say we were at like the 14% for the short borrow fee rate. This is massive. This thing is going up. It means it's more risky for them to short the position. It costs a lot more. It's an annual percentage fee that they have to pay on their shorts for as long as they don't cover. And so that's really good news that we see that. This kind of staying the same. This is from yesterday. So we went down a little bit from the day before, but you see two big days of short volume ratio here that they try to short this thing because they know they need to get it underneath. Oh, how am I keeping that? So great news there that we're seeing that. So we'll see. I may have to adjust this this bar here a little bit for our prediction of next week, but that's what I see. Go to the 1 day. Still just kind of consolidating down here. It looks like we're getting a little bit of a push. Looking for this support at this 9.5 range for our next level of support. Probably more than likely somewhere around this 956 range here. So we're 959. I am going to go ahead and enter a position, add to my position size. Got to see what I can put in today. Got bills and stuff to pay, It's that time. It's the first of the month. Almost. I pay like my rent super early. Matter of fact, I don't even have to pay my rent until next payday. So I'm actually pretty good. Let's see here. I'd like to put another 25 shares. Let's do that. Let's watch this thing. Let me get an order ready. At this point, we're averaging up our position here. We're at 877, so it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. I do want to kind of save this ammunition for a little bit, and I want to attack their sell walls, and I want to try to get us up to that bump. It's not a lot. This is what I got. 25 shares isn't that much, but it's what I can do right now. I've been averaging up my position the entire time. Tried to average on a little bit earlier this week. So we'll see where we're at here. See what the active trader looks like. So not a lot. A little bit there. We're up to 10,000 shares at that moment. We're just going to be watching this thing today to see what happens, see where we close in this battle of 10.01. Starting to trade a little bit underneath where our trend line is, but that's more than likely that's okay. Again, I may need to adjust that line just a little bit and adjust the angle on it. It's not exact, but more importantly, that was on a 4-hour time frame. So if I were to look here, let's see, time frame. I wonder if I can do a 4-hour. Yep, I can. All right, so I could adjust it down. This is currently, but we are not finished with the 4 hours yet. Oh man. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna let me find a pivot point here. Unfortunately not. Because that's really what I need to do is probably pull this down slightly, but I need to see where we close at on this 4-hour time frame. And all that does is pull us off just about a day or two. Instead of us spiking up here to above $10 on Monday and then above 1040 on Tuesday, it just pulls it down slightly. By a few cents. Starting to get down and look for this level of support down here. 952 is the low on the day. We'll see where we're at. What we're gonna do here. I'm gonna go ahead and get our order ready. Maybe just start with 20 shares. And then I'll scale in a little bit. Just gonna watch what happens here, see where we stand. At some point, they will run out of shares to short. I guess then they'll just resort to the the dark pool shorting and all the other crappy ways that they find, the backdoor shady stuff that they do to short this thing. But very soon they're gonna run out of positions to short, so we'll see. Looks like Harley Davidson's up 47 cents. AT&T's up 16 cents. Sensa is up 3 cents. 47, let's see, 5 cents on Fubo. AMT's bouncing back a little bit. Was over $1 now. It's only down 78 cents. And UPC's up 1 penny here. So not too bad. Seen a little bit of green on the day for our positions. Only down 32 cents from close yesterday on AMC. And that is what it is. We're not mad. we're going to go ahead and take the opportunity to try to fight this battle here and try to get this thing pushed up a little bit so we can close out the day on a green note. And I'm going to go ahead and attack the sell wall there. 959. And I'm going to go ahead and attack the sell wall again. $9.59. May have to remove that one as we start to climb. And it got filled. Alright, so just trying to attack their sell walls here. You can see that they're put up 960. So we bought 20 more shares today. Kind of pulled our dollar cost average up. We were at what, 877. Now we're at 881. So no big deal there. Not a big deal. Don't really care that much. We're going to keep adding to the position here. I think today I was going to try to put 25 shares. I really want to hold some back. I might end up putting another 25 shares later this afternoon. I've got to really take a look at what I need to take care of this week so that I don't overextend myself, because I've been dumping a ton of money into the market lately. Every free dollar I get, I'm pumping into the market here. So these are things I really don't like to see that much. I mean, attack the sell wall here. Get this thing out, and it'll drive the price up. I get you want to get it, but you're getting it for 1 penny less. I mean, unless this is the hedgies doing this little manipulation where they go the same bid and the ask sizes at a penny apart. And what it does is just kind of keep the price down. It manipulates it by doing stuff like that, where they put a big number up here, big number down here, and then people will sell underneath to drive it down, and people will get stuck here instead of driving it up. So, but they overextend themselves doing so. So not too bad. We're down about $112 on the day so far. Is what it is. Still up about 266 bucks overall. We did add to our position now, sitting at 370 long. Dollar cost average of 881.69. So not too bad. We've been averaging up since about like the low eights. Is what it is. It's all good. It's all good. We will continue to average our price up if that's what it takes. I've got a little bit more in reserve for today to purchase, so we can attack the sell walls and try to get this thing driven above 10.01. That's the goal. Close out above 10.01. You can see right from the jump, from the very beginning, we were already above 10, and the first thing they did when market opened was start shorting this thing down to try to pump it down and start having people sell off here. They are running out of shorts to do this with. And at some point you can see they may have covered some of those to try to re-short again, and I don't know if that's what they're doing. That's just speculation on my part, but you can see right from the jump here with no news, nothing else other than the fact that we went up, and we only went up like 10-20 cents. So I don't know who's selling this thing off. It's being shorted down. It's not being sold off because of its climb in the after hours. I mean, look where we ended yesterday, 990. Yeah, we got up here, but when we opened the market this morning at 1010, that's only 20-cent difference there. After we had already risen 17% in what, 3 days? Oh, I can't even. I'm gonna have to go back and look. So let me close this out really quickly here, and pull up like a 5-day and show you the rise that we were on. It is only natural that we do have a pullback, and we've seen it in here, but the rise overall is current. However, what we'd like to see is that we're setting higher highs and higher lows. However, right now we pulled back below this 960, 959 support level here. We're kind of holding fast there, but we did drop a little bit below that. So not really what we want to see. Remember, this was our buy box from before 2 days ago, and we broke below that, and then we found the support here and bounced back up. So this range here is still very valid here. this 908 to 990 for the time being. As a matter of fact, actually, this was the range we had previously. I think was way down here, and I thought we were going to trade here for a while, but so we're having a little bit of a pullback. But what I wanted to look at is I wanted to see over the past 3 days where we stood here. I really don't even know if I should take it from market open or from its low point. If I take it from, I'm going to take it from market open here. And that's 13.5%, so almost 5% over the last 3 days each day that we've increased. Not bad, very, very good here. And if we were going to pull up a Fibonacci retracement here, well, I just pull it right there. And I'll pull it back here to where we closed. Retracement will be at 931. So that's our 50% retracement line here. And I'm not pulling from the high, I'm just pulling from the close. So of course, let me pull it from the close and we'll see what that looks like as well. And I'm pulling from the open as well here. So I was going open to close. If I open to there, to the high, we're looking at 947 being that level of support, which as you guys can see here, that is just underneath our buy box that we set a few days ago, which we did find some support at. So that would make a lot of sense that that 947 would be our strong level of support. That 9.5 range anyhow is that level. That's just pulling a Fibonacci for the last 3 days, and then not including today here. So seeing today as the pullback day, we have just a little ways to go before we actually get that bounce here. So that's at least what I anticipate. Again, this is all being shorted though, we know that. Just reading some work emails really quickly. We'll see how far we pump this thing back down to. Potentially that 947 could be a very, very strong level of support for us. At some point, they're going to run out of shorts to short here. You can see they're just massively oversold from the very beginning this morning. They're doing it a little bit slower now. They've kind of slowed down, but they're still shorting. This is not apes selling off, not retail investors selling off here. But again, you can see we put this buy box here at this point, and then I predicted on there, I'm like, oh, this is the buy box here, and look, we end up dropping down to that level of support that we had previously set. So a lot of levels in here, a lot of stuff going on the chart right now. A lot of movement, a lot of areas. However, I think we're still in a pretty good looking spot here. Right now, we're probably just going through a pullback. However, we got options chains ending this Friday. Or today, this Friday, today. We got options chains ending today. 1001 is a very, very big level for us. If we can close at 1001 or higher, we're going to be in a very good position come next week to help drive the price up. And then again here, I mean, you look at where we're at. We're just having a pullback here. We'll start making another run at it very, very soon. If we get the volume, volume's fairly decent. Looks pretty consistent with where we've been at. At this point, we're actually a little bit maybe higher. I have to go back and check the actual times here and see time for time frame, kind of where we're at, but it looks like volumes is fairly decent for today. I'll do a micro zoom in and we'll take a look at the 1 day, 1 hour, the intraday look here. Down to 952. We'll see if we get down and touch this 947 again. That's kind of where I'm thinking that our pullback could be to get that 50% on the Fibonacci retracement. I'm going to go ahead and remove it though. And we're going to go peek in at the 1 day, 1 minute here and just see where we're at. Big push down quite a bit, 3.74%. But again, we were up from open a few days ago. Last 3 days, we were up like 15%. 5% each day. So the fact that we're having a little bit of a pullback today is not too bad. We're bound to have that. Let's pull up the active trader here, see what's going on. 953 is the wall. I might have to change this up. Gonna go ahead and attack the wall once more at that 953, and unfortunately we got driven down a little bit more. So it's 25 more shares for me today, bringing our dollar cost average to $8.82. Still doing okay. If this thing keeps dropping down, I'm going to keep adding to the position size here. So currently sitting at 375. I wouldn't mind being at 400 shares. I'm cool with that. So I just need to make sure I add some money into the account here, so I'm not trading on margin. I don't know. Looks like I actually had some money in my account here. I'm gonna add some more anyway. Alright, we're covered here. Just don't want to trade on margin in any capacity. Down to 945. So we'll see here. See what's happening. Alright, just add another 5 more shares there. Trying to attack these sell walls the best I can. They're all over the place. Currently up to 380 long, dollar cost average of 883. So pretty much 1 penny up just about every time. But it's no worries here. The lower it goes, the more I'm gonna buy more. I got more gas in the tank. I can do some more. I'll just drop another quick bit in my account. All right, and we good. Another little bit of cash money into my account here. Just injecting some capital. and I'm gonna have to keep up with it the best I can, so I know where I currently stand here. Because I don't want to trade on margin. Nobody wants those interest fees. Trading to make money, not spend money. Not lose it. Currently in oversold again. Looking for a little bit of a pullback. We thought 947 maybe that range. If we go back to our buy box here. Oh, let me see. What's the range actually? Should tell me 948 to 958. About a 10-cent range there. Yeah, we're going to leave it there. May extend it at some point. As we dip just below, we'll see if we can get a bounce in there. I may have to adjust the buy box just a little bit. But we were finding some support there at that 947 range. We did drop below to 946 and kind of held up there. Hit a low of 945. However, did find a little bit of support there, and currently moving on our way back up. So let's see. We bought 30 more shares today. Yeah, so I think my account was right. I've got enough to put a little bit more in the tank, and I'm going to hold off until the end of the day, probably for power hour. So I can fight with everybody else. See if we can get this thing to close above 10. Trying our best here. What we're doing is, we know we're going to add, and we see how low it's getting right now, so it is a good point for us to buy in. I mean, just on technical trading, I mean, we are averaging up. So best I can do, I do want to attack the sell walls here. They've got up at 949 right now. That's just add another 2 zeros to that, so about 12,000 shares and steady. So that's what I'm trying to do, trying to attack the sell wall so we can drive the price up. But I am being kind of strategic about it. As it's dropping down is when I'm buying, So it is what it is. Let me text my girl and actually tell her, hey, if you're gonna buy AMC, now's the time. Because it is very good right here. We're back in this this box we were in a couple days ago here. We did break below it. Not super strong level of support and resistance here. The box I was taking from like a point back here, we see we've got some resistance here, and some support right here. Not super strong, but we did respect it a little bit. So it's kind of the range that I had here. And then when we traded within this day, 3 days, this is on the 14th. I thought this was gonna be the kind of box we'd hold up support there. But we did not. We bounced underneath, and then we got rejected by it. So you can just kind of see this like the area in which I think is pretty solid buy. Obviously, this area is a really good buy down here at this $9 range, 908. That's if we break below this box and we get rejected down and push below it. I think the next level of support is going to be down there. You see we bounced off of it here. Try to get a bounce there, but yeah, it didn't really work. So if we don't hold up here in this range here, we may get rejected down a little bit farther. And then way down there at 910 or so would be a decent level to buy at. I mean, if you're looking for a deal, yeah, of course I'd like to get. I bought in another 30 shares. I like to get another 30 shares down there at $9. I mean, I'm averaged up to 883. Why not keep going, right? It's all good. I'd like to get up to 400 shares today. Actually, I think that'd be a nice even number for me. I like those even numbers. I need to just go ahead and change my I'll have to do it off stream though. Change my settings to where it's buying in increments of 5. So like as you guys can see, if I go to buy here, it automatically will pop up 10 shares. I don't know if you guys can see that. It'll pop up 10 shares, and if I increase it, it increases by 10. And I actually like doing it in 5s, so I may have to mess with it a little bit. I need it to be able to see. There we go. I don't really care about those half numbers. I'm gonna try to minimize this the best I can. I'll just leave it right there. Just so we have more screen here. Don't really care too much to see all of that. Down about $133 today. Ain't nothing to it. We did average our price up a bit, so is what it is. Nothing wrong with that. You see we're finding support down here in our buy box down here, so we'll see. We got a nice little bounce here. We held up pretty strong. We did bounce underneath it very quickly and then back through, so not the strongest level of support, but I do like it as a buy area. You see we traded on top of it here, bounced inside, so maybe my levels aren't the best and I could probably adjust those just slightly, but we're gonna see. Starting to get pushed down right here. See what happens if we can hold up. See if we can get above this SMA right now. We just kind of pushed below the SMA. It looks like we just got rejected by the SMA, but that's within this 1 minute here. So we'll see what happens. I mean, we just need more buyers to step in, as always. Volume's fairly low here, around 100,000. Mostly underneath 100,000. Last minute was 179, so not too bad. These big volume moments here, 336, 381 there. And then earlier on in the morning, about 450, 414, 300s. So nothing too crazy. Volume's not too bad, but it's not really good right now. We just don't have the buying pressure stepping in, and I think a lot of people are probably waiting until this afternoon, power hour, to get in. We'll see what happens. It is Friday. It is payday for a lot of people, and a lot of the apes know this is a battle here to get this thing above $10.01. So need to close at 10.01 or higher. I think that's the goal for a lot of people, is put their money into this thing and try to drive this thing up. So they're running out of short positions to short, and I want to pull up Fintel again, see if we've gotten anything. All right, so I don't remember where we stood. We were at 850,000 short shares available earlier. Now we're down at to 800,000. Short borrow fee rate is at 17.07. I can't remember where we were at earlier. I have to go back and look. I'm pretty sure we're in the 17s. Or a little bit. Honestly, I don't even remember. I should just write this stuff down. Just write it down. Could go back in the stream and watch. I'm gonna leave you guys here on the chart for just a moment. I'm gonna take a timeout. Make a little quick restroom break. Maybe pour a little bit more coffee just to heat up the cup that I currently have. Harley Davidson's up 50 cents. AT&T's up 21 cents. 18 cents on UPC, which we're still very much down in bag holding there. Fubo up, down 5 cents. So nothing too bad, nothing too crazy. I do want to check out the market as a whole right now. See what the S&P 500 is doing. So we're checking out SPY. Oh, and look what we got there. Pretty dang sure that this is an all-time high here. If we were to look at a 180, you can see 417.39. The market is doing outstanding, having its little ups and downs, but finding some solid support here. Looking like a triple top here. If I were to, guess within range here, little W, but kind of tightening here. You can see we're tightening up, so this thing's about to make a move either way. I'm thinking it's going to make a move upwards here. What did I do? See, I see this thing tightening up. We've got pretty much a triple top within here. You've got 1, 2, 3, its little pullback, I would assume that that would have been the area that it would run. And then as you guys can see, the lower, it's making higher lows each time. It's going to start tightening up, and then we're going to get a nice little push up here. That's my anticipation of what's going to happen here. Probably stall out right about here, and then probably start making a push up to about this range here. Could take some time. Alright, I'm going to leave that there. We're going to check that later and see if we even get close there. I mean, and what I'm looking at is like kind of price point here that I think we pull back, creating some higher highs. Although that one bounced a little bit lower there, so higher lows and higher highs. I don't know. I was just messing around, seeing if we can predict something. Currently at 939. Wow. Alright. Not the greatest. We did break below that sell box there, so if this thing starts to fall more, look for another big support at, well, 939 has always been a level of support here. We can go back a few days, and you can see, if we go to a 5-day, 5-minute here, you're going to see, right, there's 44, maybe on the 5-minute here. I seen 39. Where did I see it? Oh, I pulled from way back here, right? So just zooming in here, you can see we've held up on this line before. Level of support, level of resistance, broke above, level of support, support, broke below, resistance, then support again, resistance again. So that 939 is a valid level down here that we're touching off of. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, no, can't do that. As a matter of fact, here's our little trend line we had here. Did I move it? I don't know what happened. Maybe I deleted one. Nope, it's still there. Still very much there. That's on the 5-minute. I don't know how it got there. I must have moved it. Dude, I don't know what's going on. It's because of the time frames. That's what it is. It's because of the 4-hour time frames here. That's why it is where it's at. So I pulled one from way back there. This is the one we were really looking at here. And if I were to zoom in, you see we're farther down past that. But if well, I don't know, that doesn't make sense. See, now it's back up here. I don't know. Don't know. It's kind of odd that that we had seen that. I don't know. Something was going on there. Anyhow, we are reaching oversold on the RSI here, so finding the support down there at 939. What we're gonna do? We're gonna buy some more shares. Yeah. Fuck it. Why not? Another 10 shares down here at the 940 range. And we were filled. Just trying to attack the sell walls. Could have got it at 939, but is what it is. Currently sitting at 390 here. And the lower this thing drops, we'll save some more in the tank, and we'll buy up some more shares. Just trying to attack the sell walls here the best we can to keep this thing at these strong level of supports. Currently 884. So every time we buy, we're increasing our position here. We're averaging up about a penny. So I don't like averaging up, only like averaging down. However, in this case, these are good solid points to buy more shares of AMC. So, you know, completely fine with it. Trying to support the cause here. Truly believe this thing is going to have a massive squeeze, and when it does, we're going to make out pretty good. So, all right, I'm going to leave you guys on the chart for a moment, and I'm going to take a quick break.
Mic off. Mic on.
All right, we're back here. Sorry for the delay. Looks like we found our support just below that 937 mark. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that. See if we get rejected by our little buy box here, or if we can push on through that. Starting to have some buyers step in. Good price point down there. Sell walls looking a little bit small here. 7, 12, 15. I'm going to keep checking Fintel throughout the day just to see where the short interest stuff lies. And shares available. For some reason, it looks like the short borrow fee rate went down a little bit. I know this kind of lags sometimes, so maybe because there are so many shares available that it went down slightly. Just under a million. We're at 800,000 short shares available according to Fintel 12 minutes ago. Again, it's not the most accurate. I'd like to see some updated Ortex data though. Maybe I'll pull up some DD over here and some Reddit and see if somebody's posting that kind of stuff. I'll refresh it. Be nice to see. This is a tweet from Joshua James. I'd imagine their plan is to spoof early because it doesn't cost anything to do so, and they are saving shorts for later in the day. Remember, spoofing is adding sell orders they never intend to execute to trick the system into thinking selling is happening. The price action is not real. So maybe that's why you start to see like a huge number pop in here on the sell walls, and then it'll disappear. Either it's probably getting bought, but it's also potentially to trick the system here. Yep. I agree. This guy's saying that people are jumping ship on meme stocks to invest in Doge. Yeah, whatever. Pump and dump scheme on Doge. Just get people to jump ship from AMC because AMC is going to squeeze bigger than anything they've ever seen. Check out the mega thread, live chat, whatever they're calling it these days. Oh, let's see. Fucking paper hands. All right, we're back in the in my little buy box down here. Could probably increase. That's only 10 cents, so could essentially increase this buy box by a little bit all the way down here. I think that realistically that's a good support level. We did bounce below and close for those 2 minutes, but very, very quickly. So for me, we're gonna increase it. That's like 20 cents now. 9.39 to 9.59. 20 cents in my little buy box that I've got set up here. Looking pretty good on the R side. Starting to get some more buying pressure stepping in. I'll look for us to consolidate a little bit before we start trying to touch back up here. Sell wall's not too massive today. The one thing we are limited to right now is the volume. Volume's still very, very low right now. I'll be right back. I'm gonna close this door. Bills to pay too. Yeah. But then they're gonna give me a lot of money on Friday. It'll be a lot of money that you're paying on Friday. Oh, that? Yeah, maybe I can do that. It won't happen during the weekend. It'd be like during the week. It'd probably be like Tuesday or something. But I'll send you some money. All right. Starting to flatten out just a little bit here. A little bit of a pullback. See if we can hold steady. We'll see. A little slow right now. I actually kind of feel like I should jump back in this thing in the afternoon. Still very, very early in the day. So, I mean, especially for people on the West Coast right now, super early for them. I say super, it's not that early. It's like 8:30 in the morning, so people are waking up, getting around, getting moving. We'll see. See if Harley can have a nice little bounce. I'd like to close that position out so we can move some funds over. Don't think it'll get up there. It's moving. It's a slow mover. So I just sent some emails for work right now. So I just checking in on some work stuff here. Got a project coming up, and got a call today on it. So for those that don't know, I work in the golf industry, and getting ready to go start setting up for a golf tournament, the Travelers Championship up in Connecticut. So most of the stuff we do is PGA Tour related. So when I'm not working, this is what I like to do. Like to watch the market, like to play video games, ride motorcycles, all that kind of good stuff. So I just try to wake up. It's tough when you're not working. You know, when you have like a month, 2 months off, and you're at home. You know, you stay up at night late, and then it's hard to wake up early in the morning. So watching the market, waking up, getting the dogs fed, making coffee, stuff like that. Try to help me keep a routine. Otherwise, I'll stay up till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning and then sleep in. So I try to make sure I'm in bed before midnight and up, before market open. This kind of holds me accountable. Down 40 cents on the day here. Um, whatever. What is? Don't really care that much. More opportunities to buy. Just reading some stuff through Reddit. Pretty slow right now. And we're starting to get into that time. You see the volume start to really taper down here. 20,000, 37,000. Got a big sell wall there at 950. But again, that's something that I read earlier that they do to manipulate, right? They just put up a big number there, and then they take it down. But it tricks the system into thinking that there's a lot more sellers, and I guess somehow it starts driving the price down a little bit. So every once in a while you'll see like maybe 1 or 2 cents above where the sell wall currently is. There'll be like a huge number there, like 15,000 shares or something. And especially when you're talking about on the minute here, 22,000 the last minute. Currently this minute 64,000. Before that 21,000. So when you've got 15,000 sell wall going up and being taken down, um, yeah, you're only trading 20,000. I may have to adjust this now. I think we're probably at that mark. No, we got a little bit more time for the 4-hour time frame. So I'll wait to see what the 4-hour looks like before we adjust this trend line here for next week. Remember, we set this earlier, our prediction for next week. We think that I think personally that Tuesday is going to be the day. Just looking out here on a 10-day, I think. Yeah. So here's a 10-day 30-minute. You see, I can even pull this 30-minute up a little bit more and tighten it up slightly to increase. But I want to wait. I want to look at it overall on the 4-hour and take a look there. But I think Monday we're probably setting, if we don't close above $10 today, I think depending on how the rest of this day goes, we're probably getting around that $10 range on Monday. Maybe we close a little bit underneath, and then on Tuesday I think is where we start to see that push above 10, and I think we start to see that drive up on Tuesday of next week. Monday should be a pretty volatile day in general, though. I mean, we've had some really good days. The last 2 days we were up. I mean, you can see we're up, and then into the pre-market here. Now we're just having a big push down. So at some point we're going to reach this bottom here, and we'll start driving back up. But it could take a little bit. Could take some time. And then with today options calls being closed out today on Friday, so we'll see what happens. Sell wall is looking very, very slim right now. I think mostly just because of the amount of volume that's in this thing. Volume has pumped way down, way down. Last minute was only 27,000. Current minute 63,000. So not a lot of volume at all. And then sell wall is representative of that. But also they don't have much they can short. So I guess at this point they don't really need to. I'm gonna pull up Fintel, see if anything has changed. Nothing has changed. Still 800,000 short shares available and 17.07% short borrow fee rate. So looking pretty good there. Would really like to see us get into the 20% short borrow fee rate today. I mean, just a couple of days ago, where are we at? We're at 8. So in 2 days, we have doubled the short borrow fee rate. I think we were at 8% 2 days ago. So now we're at 17. I mean, it's massive. It's huge. Huge numbers there. I wish I could go back. It would be nice if somebody would pull it up here on the Reddit page. See if I can. It'd be nice if somebody pulled up on Reddit and showed like the history, so we could see every day where it was at. Fortunately, I don't see anybody doing that, or if they're doing it, it's like maybe people are downvoting or something. I don't know. Who's this prick? All right, let's pull this up on this side, and I want to listen to what this guy has to say real quick.
We will not use one.
When our research suggests a company will not live up to expectations and its stock price is overvalued, we might short a stock. Our practice is to short a stock for the long term after extensive research.
We will not use one of those 500 million shares in calendar year 2021.
It was at this moment he knew. He fucked up.
When our research suggests a company will not live up to expectations and its stock price is overvalued, we might short a stock.
Yeah, good stuff there. Again, same stuff we're seeing. I don't see really anything new. This is not real price action. They are spoofing. They haven't started shorting yet. Just kind of reading through some of this stuff, just to see if anything really pops out.
Mic off. Mic on.
Sorry, I had to help my girlfriend buy some shares. And she doesn't want to be on camera, so. Looks like we're just going to trade flat here in this range right now. A good post on Reddit, but oops, let me take this off. I don't know how that popped up there. Still just kind of reading through some of this stuff just to see what's going on here. There will be at least 107,000 call options for a 10-on-1 strike. Compare that to the 24,000 put options. I expect them to want to drive us under $10. Not break it. So this is 5 hours ago. Yeah, of course they want to keep this under 10. So they're saying that these guys are spoofing, that they haven't even started to short AMC today. This guy, Joshua James, saying spoofing is adding artificial orders without actually filling the order. This is easy to do if you're the market maker like Citadel. It's an algorithmic trading technique in HFT to artificially trick the system into thinking mass selling is happening when it actually isn't. This is not real price action. They are spoofing. They haven't even started shorting yet. This is what he's saying. We kind of went over this a little bit earlier. As you can see here, what they're doing is they'll put up a big sell order here. And then they'll take it down. It'll be up for a couple seconds and I'll take it down. And it's to make it the, I guess, think that it's a lot to right. I mean, you got 13,000 shares up there. Volume's only at 26,000. I don't know for this minute. So doing stuff like that, that's what he's saying. He's saying they're not actually even shorting it. They're putting it up there and they're taking it down just to trick the system to show that people are selling when they're not. I don't know. Don't know if that's what's going on. Don't know at all. I was really looking for somebody to post some stuff from Fintel. Maybe even some more Ortex data. Boats and hose. I didn't click on that. Yep, so not much really going on here. And then most people that are in here are just crayon eaters, so just crayon eaters. Don't really know what the hell they're talking about. Power hour. Yeah, just looking here. Just looking to see what's happening. So, not too much going on there. Starting to break below this level of support here. See if we hold up. See if we hold up, or if it stalls out like it did earlier. Currently at 938. 937 is the low for the day. Actually, the low for like a few days, I think. Low for like probably on the 5-day. Actually, the low on the 5 days is a lot lower, so we're actually not doing too bad compared to that. So that is what that is. $9.37. Sticking to it. Sticking to it. Oh. $9.35. As it starts to drop, it might taper off a little bit more. What we're going to do is going to go ahead and buy a few more. Just 5 more there. Try to attack this sell wall here. And I may hold off anything else that I have in the tank for this afternoon. So we're going to see. Looks like we're holding up support down here for the time being. Yeah, it's a little slow. Not much going on right now. And in that case, I got like work that I could be doing, so I probably will hop off here in just the next few moments. As we start to enter that time frame now, it's 11 o'clock currently Central Time. We're in that lunch break hour, so things are going to start slowing down here. We've already seen the taper off here, and they might have went to lunch a little bit early, but we'll see the taper off here. So, with that being said, I'll probably go get something to eat and do a little bit of work, and then try to hop on for power hour, because I think that's when we're going to see most of the action happen here. I think we've kind of found our low for the day here at this 935. Barely touching a couple times. I think we're going to get held up here. We're going to stay in some support here. So no worries at all there for me. Currently sitting at 395 positions long. We ended up buying 45 shares so far today. Dollar cost average of 885. We're at 877. We started the day. So about 8 cents we increased our average price to. Nothing to worry about there for us because we added to our position. Now we averaged up, but no big deal. We got a lot more shares and we're fine with it. So we got a little bit more in the tank, waiting for power hour so we can pop in there and buy a few more. You know, it's not a lot, but shoot, I had 350 and adding another 50, you know, shares to my position. That's actually a substantial amount. That's a good portion. So it's like I increased position size quite a bit. We'll keep doing so. We're not scared. Not scared at all. So testing that low again at 935. We'll see what happens here. $9.34, $9.33, steadily dropping down. $9.32, steadily dropping down. So we broke through that level of support that we had. Starting to have ourselves a little bit pullback now. We'll see what happens here. The last time we did this, let's see if I got it on the 5-day here. We broke through and then we end up dropping all the way down to this level of support here at 909. So again, we talked about that you know, maybe an hour ago, 30 minutes ago, 45 minutes ago, that if we do break below that level of support here in this this buy box, you know, my buy box, then this level of support will be down here at the 909. So at this point, that could be where we stall out today. We could get pushed down and we could, you know, lose this battle. But at the end, we will win the war because we're still going to hold. All we're going to do is we're going to buy more shares and we're going to hold. So I'm not really too worried about it. Matter of fact, let me pull something up here. We'll do 5-day, 5-minute, and again, we'll pull up the Fibonacci retracement. I hate to pull it from this run. I kind of like to pull it from the open here. And we can pull it from there. I mean, from that point, we're a little bit lower than the 50%. You see, we're just dropping below that range here. We're down here. But that's on that. I mean, depending on where you put it, like, you know, if I was to take it from the low down here all the way up to the high and leave it there, I mean, we still got a little ways to go. So I kind of really depends on where you take it. I think still bullish sentiment in this in the position, so nothing to worry about. I think we got a little bit ways that we could drop this thing down, so this is what it is. I ain't worried. going to close that out. Not too much going on. Pretty slow day here. Currently setting at 928. See if we find that support at 927. So 929 looks like that was our low. Mine was showing 928. And we'll just kind of see what happens. Yeah, we're dropped down a little bit, but it is what it is. We are still currently in oversold. Been in oversold for a lot today. This is a telltale sign here. Some crazy stuff going on. With the amount of retail investors holding their positions, we're not selling off this much. There's no way. We're buying and holding the position here. We're all just buying more as it dips down. So, you know, they're either tricking it or they're you know, this is a pretty big sell. Well, man, 930. It's 21,000 shares right there at the 930. They're gonna try to drive this thing down as low as they can get it, so that we have to buy a lot to get it to come back up. So, it is what it is there. Save a little bit more in the tank for this afternoon. I probably don't have much at this point. Maybe I'll buy another 5 shares just to get me to an even 400. So we'll see how that looks this afternoon. I think we've seen this before a few Fridays ago. What was that? 3 weeks ago, we were trying to get to close at 14, and they just kept driving it down and down and down and down. But I mean, it's been from the start today. From the start, we never even really had a pullback up to even get back up there. So we were due for a pullback. It's just good, healthy price action on the stock. We did run it up, you know, 15% in 3 days, 5% each day, just about somewhere in that range. So we had, you know, pretty healthy. 5% in a day is very, very good price movement, and we did that 3 days in a row. And now we're finally having a pullback. And then with everything going on, because it's Friday and option calls and that kind of stuff. So just dropping lower and lower, huh? Got some buyers stepped in at 926 to kind of halt it down a little bit. Man, down to 924. Whew, really? What are they going to try to drive this thing down below $9? But again, remember, we looked at the next buy box area being down at that 909 level. So this doesn't surprise me. The thing that surprises me the most probably is that every ground that we gained over the last 3 days, we're kind of losing it right now. Or the last 2 days. So you see from our low down here at 830, we got that push up, and I guess it was 2 days ago. So back on Wednesday here, we had something similar where we pulled way back down and kind of dipped down, but then, you know, we held at this level of support down here at 902. So potentially that could be another area here between this 909 and 902 that we bounced off of. So it wouldn't surprise me. we'll see what happens. Kind of tempted to take off and do what I got to do, but with the stock moving the way that it's moving there's decent volume there. 877,000, 956, 500. So volume is getting here, but it's volume on the sell. Oh, that's for 5 minutes. No wonder. I'm looking like, man, that's kind of a lot of volume. Volume did pick up, however, not as much, like 200s. Currently at 15,000. We're at 220,000 there, 272,000 there. So volume did step into it slightly. Just going to keep pulling up the Fintel to see if anything has changed. Nothing at the moment. And I'll probably leave this off there. We're just kind of watching the price action for today. Been super slow day. It kind of feels that way for me, at least because it's rainy outside. And then when you see the stock do what it's doing now, I mean, we're down like from close of yesterday about like 6%, I think. 6.66%. So from the open today, where we opened at, I mean, we're down about 7.96%. So anytime the stock drops 10% or more, we enact the SSR rule, which is the short sale rule, meaning that they are limited to when they can short the position for the rest of that current trading day and the following trading day. So would be for Monday. So if we drop down even lower, I wonder if I can extend it. No, it doesn't do anything. Let's say I wonder if I can extend this down a little bit to see. I'll go to a 5-day here. Oh, it's not going to even let me do it, is it? Shoot. Let's see. I can do it from here though. So what we want to do is take where we opened at today. Where did we open? We opened at 10. Let me see real quick. Looks like we opened it like right at 10. I thought it was like 9. Alright, so let's just say we open right at 10. Don't know if that's going to be accurate. We'll take it right at 10 though. Could be 10. Could be 990. Shoot. Alright, so for us to get to that 10%, which I don't think that we will get there, we'd have to drop down to $9. Huh. I didn't need to do that. That's the stupidest easy math there. Oh, what's 10% of $10? So I don't know. It's 1. 10% there. 10. I just dropped $1. What? Come on. That's how you know I'm tired. I feel like Post Malone, always tired, you know? If I make this money, maybe I'll buy a new bed, like a sleep number or something, so I can get some really good sleep. So I'm currently sitting at 924.87, 925. Got as low as 922. Then held some support down there, so I'm not going to go back and look at too many of the support levels. What we'll do is we're just going to hang on. I got a little bit more money in the tank for this afternoon. Try to drive this thing up, try to drive it as high as we can. It's just real slow, gradual bleed out here. But volume is down. I anticipate some more volume will step in later this afternoon. With that being said, I want to thank everybody for watching. That was a real slow day. Not too many viewers today. Not too much really going on in the positive. I know we get a lot more viewership when the position is actually doing very strongly. Matter of fact, before we leave off, I just looked at the chart here, and all right, so we made a little prediction to see if this thing was going to test up again. It did not make it that way. We were looking at a triple top here, 1, 2, 3, or you could say 1, 2, 3, and then creating some higher lows. But we saw this, and I kind of thought, this actually didn't make a higher low, so potentially this isn't the trend up, where I would think this would tighten up and then kind of move upwards. We actually pulled down quite a bit, and now we're starting to make a little nice trend pattern up. So gonna get rid of that. Just something fun to do, just to see if I could see where the market as a whole was going. And I noticed that because I noticed that the positions, like Harley Davidson was up like 50 cents, now it's only up 30 cents, and some other things that were down and up in have changed. So just figured I'd take a look and see where we stood. I've got about an hour before I have to get on this conference call. Then I've got a little bit more work to do for my real job, and then we'll see about getting back on this afternoon. I'll keep my eyes closely on Power Hour to see what's going to happen here. I really don't know what's going to happen, but I do want to check it out. I do want to see where we stand. So right now, looking pretty slow, pretty slow. Anyhow, thanks for watching. Maybe hopefully I'll see you guys this afternoon. If I see you this afternoon back on another stream, means that that the market, we're doing really well. And if not, I see you guys on Monday morning. Expect next week to have some good moves. I'll have to readjust this trend line we set here. Since I was really waiting for the 5-hour time frame to end. As you can see here, I kind of set it here. Look at that. That's just super nasty there. While we're here, let's pull up this Fibonacci from back here. Massive. I mean, if we pulled it from over here, still pretty nasty. You can see we're just touching off that. So that 927 range. Just an ugly looking day today. Man, that's ugly. We haven't seen a day like this in a while. They're desperate. Really desperate. Anyhow, so still showing we got buyers here though. What I need to do, come on, man. I need to arrange this. What I may have to do is just make a completely new one. I can't grab the pivot point there, so yeah, I'm just gonna delete it. Kind of want to see where I started. I started from here. Got too many damn drawings up here. And we're gonna make a new trend line here. Starting roughly about here. I don't really like that one as much. We're pretty close there. Kind of fall along that line. Get a touchdown right there. Kind of there. Could adjust it a little bit more. However, with where we currently stand, it's showing that Monday will be about the 950 range, Tuesday 978, and then from there. So remember again, going back to look, is that I think personally Tuesday is going to be the day where we start to see some big movements in the stock here, and mainly that is because according to the 180 day, when we go back out and we look at the quadruple witching day from back in December, which is right here on the 18th, and we count how many trading days it took before we started to see any kind of squeeze potential happen here, we actually went down. We see a little bit more action within here, but here's the last one we had, March 19th here. You see a sell-off and then nothing really much happening, and then I think this is where we start to see that climb back up. So, and it could be pretty massive. So that's where I think happens for next week. I think next week's going to be a good week. We had a really good week this week. Didn't quite end the way we want it to so far, but sometimes that's how it is in the market, especially when you get this manipulation that they've got going on. So looks like we've found our bottom down here for the time being. We'll see what happens. Still some slow volume. We're going to keep an eye on it. Good news is I'll be back if there's good news, and if not, I'll see you guys on Monday. Thanks for watching. Peace out.
Mic off.